Hey, all you. Yes, you. The one who has come back to Coffee Unfiltered for our 8th episode. Man, episodes are starting to fly by, actually. This one's a fun one, really. Useful if you are curious as to when the best time to drink your coffee is. But more than that, I think there's just some fun stuff in here, including some details on my exhausting coffee hiatus I'm taking right now. It's going to be 12 days in total when I come back from my trip on Thursday. Pat and I go into some of these fun details, but other than that, it's just us hanging out. We're happy you're hanging with us. So let's continue as the amazing people we are. And I'm talking about all of us, not just me and Pat, but you, the listener, the people we don't know yet, the world and our communities surrounding us. There's a lot of good people out there. And I think if we just all had good coffee, we could all get along. Do you disagree? Do you think if good coffee was abundant in the world, that we would all, come together and find agreeableness through our disagreements? Well, I might just be dreaming high pie in the sky here, but works for me in my life. So I'm going to keep drinking it. All right, everybody, enjoy this episode. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, Coffee Unfiltered with your good guys hostess with the mostest, Ted and Pat. What's up, Pat?
What's up, Ted? Welcome, guys.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to be here with you. Today's conversation is a lot of fun for us because we have genuine interest in the topics of a lot of shrouded mystery out there of coffee habits. And Pat and I have, what can I say? We've tested and errored quite a lot of these methods of when to drink coffee, specifically when the caffeine is most needed for your body throughout the day. And
I mean, this is going to be, this will probably be an unpopular topic for a lot of people because a lot of people probably don't follow this. And it's very scientific, and it's basically just listening to your body, your biological clock, your circadian rhythm is what we're going to be getting into. And this is basically,
are those the bugs that chirp every 17 years?
Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce
cicadas. I think, but this is not that. This is the brains.
The other form of cicada. No.
Yeah.
This is your body clock, and this is proven by a series of neuroscientists who have studied this for years. And it basically just goes off of your circadian rhythm, which is it's basically regulated by your environment, which is things like sleep schedule, your hunger, your body's hormone production. The most important one actually is sunlight.
I knew
basically, when the sun is out, that's usually your body feels more awake, more alive. And then when it's cloudy out, it's usually a little bit more slow and dragging, I guess.
I have been very tired all through the past 2 months. And I hate February. I tell everybody this.
So do I.
Do you? Yeah. Okay. I hate February. It's okay.
Yeah, I literally had a conversation with my dad last night. It was his birthday. And
happy birthday,
he has always told me for years that February is the worst month to have your birthday. And we both agreed that it's actually the worst month. It's also the shortest month.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically this, when you first wake up, your body produces what they call cortisol, which I know you know what that is.
I went through some extensive brain tests one time for my cortisol levels. And
yes, they test for this when you have neurological issues or anything like that.
Hey, go ahead, give it a good synopsis, because cortisol is interesting.
It's what they call the stress steroid, and it basically just kind of it shoots up when you're stressed out or when you have an adrenaline rush of some sort.
Fight stuff.
And basically everyone experiences natural cortisol boosts throughout the day. And when you when you experience these boosts, it's, you got the energy naturally. You don't need any type of stimulant or drug or anything like that to boost it.
It's your body's just natural waking up. I believe you experience your highest boost in the morning.
Yes. Yeah. So it actually is, and this is going off of the normal when most people wake up, which is, it's 6 to
11.
8. Yeah, 6 to 8 a.m. There are the crazies that wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. and this will change the timing. But your daily peak, and it peaks a couple times throughout the day, but your main peak is between 8 and 9 a.m. Meaning your body is most energized at 8 or 9 a.m. Meaning any caffeine that's consumed during that time is kind of a waste. And
not only a waste, doesn't it work against your
cortisol levels? It can actually, yes, you're exactly right. It can actually make you feel more leththargic.
It's a very interesting combo. You would think it's a supercharge.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. But it counteracts it. And the even worse part is if you do consume caffeine during this time, which is, like I said, a waste, your body is still developing a tolerance to the caffeine. So if you're relying on the caffeine, you're not really doing your body any good by consuming the caffeine at this time, because when your body does lose its cortisol levels or lowers them, and you feel like you need to consume caffeine, your body's tolerance is already been triggered. So.
Yeah, maybe now's a good time to explain to everybody
it probably is, because it ties directly into what you've been doing.
My experiment with the great coffee hiatus is I have not had coffee. This is day number 8.
What was that? I think you
this is day number 8. I said I have not had coffee for this long of a stint in at least 5 years, maybe longer. So, and I'm going to go through vacation. I'm going to see Bryce Canyon National Park and Zion National Park. I decided to go through the whole vacation on this coffee hiatus. I'll explain later, but I can verify this loss of energy and the whole mixing with the cortisol levels, essentially what was going on. And each body is specific to this. So you have to figure this out for yourself. Now, I happen to have had and still do, a large tolerance towards caffeine. But when I'm consuming, if I do it too early in the morning, say that 8 to 9 hour where your body has natural energy, and that's typical. Actually, what I would do is I'd wake up, and then by about 8:30, I've had enough of not having coffee like I want it, and I would have at least 3 cups. And then in the afternoon, now the afternoon we'll explain too. So the cortisol level we talked about is between 8 and 9. It does so again, let's say 11 to 1, right? Like that's a rough,
it does it. They say the smaller peaks happen between 12 and 1 p.m. and then 5:30 and 6:30 p.m.
Yeah. So, it's fine to have coffee anytime. You're just going to get better results. You're going to not build up an unnecessary tolerance and fight your own body's, your system's workings going on for you, specifically with cortisol levels. If you drink between, let's call it 9 and 11 a.m. is a good time.
Yeah, I actually have a little chart that I'm currently looking at, and it's basically broken down by the hours of the day and when's a good time, what are bad times. And it starts, they say before 8 a.m. is, they say it's not ideal, so it's not a bad time, it's just not the best time. Then between 8 and 9 a.m. is not a good time. Like we said, that's your peak cortisol levels booming. So if you wait until between 9 and they say 11:30 a.m. is the good time. And then 12 to 1, you get your second boost. So it's not a good time between those hours. And then between 1 and 5 p.m. they say is a good time to drink again. So like an afternoon pick me up. So that in between that time, and they say after 5 p.m. that's when it starts to affect people's sleep.
Well, it doesn't really affect my sleep, and it probably has to do with my tolerance towards it.
It's kind of, we touched base on this on the caffeine podcast earlier. Everyone's bodies are different, so this is it varies per
For
person.
me, I just got to the point where I realized even during these times in which it is best to consume coffee for energy, I was not experiencing any energy uplifting. So it was very obvious to me that I was possibly overdoing it. Uh, just like I do overdo anything else in life. I like to finish my whole plate of food, for instance. I don't leave anything sitting out. I certainly drink all the coffee if it's made. I don't leave any. It's very difficult for me to put something away for later. That's why I only make what I need, and that kind of helps control me. But man, being without coffee, it has been for me at least much more than just the caffeine. The caffeine thing probably lasted 3 to 4 days, man. I took the first 2 days, I took hard 2 hour pass out naps, like right after lunch. I was like, all right, done.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you're essentially going through a withdrawal here.
I was,
mean,
I acknowledge I was easy on myself. I didn't really care. It was a weekend. I was just sleeping away the whole weekend. No problem. That's fine by me. But what it's become now, again, day number 8 is more, I miss the habit. I miss the, I miss the coffee itself. Like Alexis broke down today. My wife, she had 1 cup of coffee. And last night in bed, I was like, that sounds weird. She was telling me she's going to have a cup of coffee in the morning. I'm like, I might join you. I might do it. But I was like, you know what? No, I want to see how I'm going to fare through vacation time, like without it. And I'll give reasons for that. But I really just miss having it as part of my life. And I mean, I guess I have to acknowledge I am the co-owner of an amazing coffee company, where the coffee is really good and I enjoy thoroughly each one of our beans that we have, our varieties. But it's more than that. It's kind of, I associate coffee with what I'm doing with it usually. For me, that's either work or it's work on photos, or it can just simply be relaxing and like being outside. Now that it's starting to just finally get nice out, I was out back, sun was hitting, and I was missing a cup of coffee. Like it was more like all the cues in my life that really make me miss the coffee itself. But hey, man, anything in moderation is a good idea. So this was like just a reset, if you will, a detox, making the heart grow fonder for it while it's away, because I cannot wait to indulge once again. And I plan on minimizing the amount. I do that, man. I know the cycle will run its course, and about 4 or 5 months later, I'll be back to 8 cups a day, and I might have to do something again. We'll get there when we get there. But my plan is to get just 2 cups in the morning, maybe 1 in the afternoon. And it's just for the enjoyment of it. Like, I want to get back to the reason why I can just have the coffee and not have any of the guilt associated with it.
It's a reset in a sense. I mean, you're listening to your body. Clearly it was telling you need to tone it down a little bit. So
yeah, man, when you drink 2 cups of coffee and you're ready for a nap, you're like, oh man, was me. I was counteracting the natural body's awake system, essentially, because the body has its things, cortisol, but other chemicals of the likes that tell you, all right, it's time to be awake now. And I was being a good old addict and just ignoring all that and just saying, well, that's all good and well, but I'm just gonna have coffee, up to 8:30 at night, and I was sleeping.
Yeah, well, and speaking of that, actually, to touch base on, there's 2 more things with a lot of people use it to work out, coffee. And they've actually found that coffee drinking can be an effective way to enhance your workout. It can also help with, they find it like, it's like a pre-workout almost, so it can improve muscle strength and power, but it comes down to timing. If you, like, I see a lot of people at the gym that drink it during their workout.
I see this,
to me, that's not ideal. And they actually say the ideal time is about 30 to 60 minutes before your workout, because that's usually how long it takes for the caffeine to really kick in. But then also, you just touched on it, is sleep time. And this is a big one for people who are very caffeine sensitive. You and I are not really, as
maybe we were. Maybe we were.
I'm sure at a certain point we were. Now we've consumed so much coffee on a regular basis that
it's part of the job.
As tolerant
territory
to this. But they say that late night coffee can delay melatonin production. And mess with your circadian rhythm.
Okay, maybe I'll cut that down to
or
once a month because it's so much fun to drink coffee at 8:30 at night. Like, I don't know if
yeah, it
you,
really is. I mean, I enjoyed it. It doesn't affect me that much. Some of these studies they've shown, they say if you have caffeine within 6 hours before going to bed, it can knock off an hour of your total sleep. Uh, it just affects
who needs
it
it?
affects you falling asleep and waking up, is what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down, caffeine stays in your body for, they say, up to 12 hours. So
If you weren't driving me to the airport early in the morning tomorrow, I would love a cup of coffee tonight with you.
yeah,
It'll
I
be
mean, then
nice to see
I
you.
would do it.
I would
It
be
doesn't. I
kind
mean,
of,
there's been plenty of times where we've drank coffee or espresso before within an hour going to bed, and it hasn't really affected us. So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's how the company was born, Pat.
yeah,
The quickest synopsis, everybody. We're about to go out and party, and we're like, let's get some coffee. It was no holds bar. It was a Friday night or something like that.
right.
And but we were about to go out. We weren't going to sleep. I got to get good sleep tonight, man. I got like 20 miles of hiking ahead of me tomorrow, or not tomorrow, over the course of a few days.
Mhm.
And I part of me not doing coffee is to see if that will make any difference. Just pure experimentation, self experimentation. Okay, how am I gonna, oh, by the way, do you remember the little coffee shop that was right outside of the road that goes
I
to Zion?
do. I
Yeah.
remember that. It was like a almost shack looking place. Was that in Springdale?
Yeah, I think it was.
Right out. It's like that's like the town right outside before you get into the
Yeah,
national park.
I'll have to take a picture of the place on my trip and share it with everybody.
Mhm.
This place is a guilty pleasure place. I'm not making any note about their coffee whatsoever, but what we had was, it was pretty much ice cream. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ice cream in a cup, but it was coffee somehow.
Mhm.
I'm getting that. That's going to be
Yeah.
my return to coffee. I remember this 2 years ago. Pat and I, plus 12 other able-bodied men, went out to hike the state of Utah, and man, nothing but good times coffee and peanut butter sandwiches were served in that
Yeah.
house for approximately 5 days, housing a total of 14 men. So, there's something about the state that has its own unique coffee nostalgia for me for some reason. And it certainly reminds me of all the good times we had together there and everything. Now I got to go show my wife, where we've been. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so beautiful out there. I was like, damn, I actually maybe should bring Alexis someday. So I'm happy to have that opportunity. But yeah.
I mean,
And
it's a great place.
yeah, so we'll see how no coffee treats me. I think I'll be fine. The one other bad side effect of no coffee for me has been I've been so damn hungry in the morning. I wake up
Yeah.
hungry,
Mhm.
starving.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, I drink it throughout the day. I mean, I drink it in the morning, obviously, which does, and I touched base on this before, as I do intermittent fasting, but
Yeah.
drinking coffee in the morning for me helps me kind of curb the appetite. But also, I drink it. My typical routine is one in the morning, then I do one around in between that 1 and 2 p.m. period,
Yeah.
and that for me also not just as a pick me up, but it curbs my appetite in the middle of the day too.
Yeah.
So
I think people can rest assured that if you have a coffee every now and again during these times, you will be fine. It's a
yeah,
matter of making the habits out of these things that can start to affect us, myself included. And I drink a lot of coffee, and I'm not resistant to its effects on me. It is a technical foreign substance entering the body and doing its chemical processes and things, and we can't help but be affected by these things. It doesn't by no means mean that we can't enjoy them and be with everything responsibly. Drink your coffee responsibly. We should make a public service announcement. I do think it's important. You want your body to have these natural waking states, and it's just part of your everyday of existence on Earth. You want to have these natural bumps of energy, and use coffee for the downtime. Good coffee too. Can't be the bad stuff. Got to be the good.
I didn't. So you're withholding from coffee during the trip as well?
Yeah, I don't know why, man. Well, I do know why. First off, I'm cheap. I don't want to buy coffee on the side of the road. I also don't know where the coffee's coming from. I've become a snob, I make it known. I only drink good coffee, except for in the form of dessert. You know, like I'll have something every once in a long while that's not organically grown. Like I know what's better for me at this point. I know what affects me too. I get weird jitters from non-organic coffee. My stomach is susceptible to feeling queasy, things like this. So I'm just doing this because, okay, I know when I get out there, I won't have my own coffee on hand. I could bring it. I usually bring it on vacations, but since I'm already in the middle of this hiatus, I'm just going to skip it entirely. Gives me something less to worry about, really. Like where am I going to get my coffee? What kind of coffee machine is going to be in the Airbnb? All sorts of things. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what? I can do it. It really, folks, this is not hard. I give the impression that it's like some body breaking, mind debilitating thing that I'm doing right now. I admit there are worse things. This is voluntary, first off. And, you know, it's fun. If anything, it'll be more fun when I get back to drinking it. So that's how I see it. It'll be a good return home, you know?
Sure. Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to.
Because most people don't want to come back from vacation.
There's nothing else. No. I do want, it's a short one, man. It's only 5 days. I don't even consider it vacation. You know, vacation implies relaxation. I don't want to say I won't be relaxing, but, you know, we'll be hiking every day. We'll be out and about, driving hours on end, because that's what you do in Utah. You just drive on hours on end. There's nothing.
That's what I for those who don't know, also I am going to Arizona with my girlfriend, and we actually just booked our Airbnb last night,
Nice.
or 2 nights ago, and we're going to Sedona.
Yes.
In the surrounding area, but yeah, we're excited for it. It's a place I've always wanted to go. I know you went last year, was it?
Yeah, October.
Or only a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, October.
Yeah. And so we're staying in a town that's like 30 minutes south of Sedona. We're flying into Phoenix. And we're just gonna be driving all over the state, basically, because we might be driving up to either the Grand Canyon or the Petrified Forest is to the east. So one of the two we're gonna figure out. But it's a lot of driving. But this is the thing I was actually talking to her about last night, is driving the 4 hours to someplace out there is completely different than driving 4 hours around here, like the East Coast. It's so much more enjoyable when the mountains and the scenery are surrounding you.
It's very
whereas
different.
over here, it's just driving up 95. And
you're right. I better download some good albums or something for the road trip. Yeah, the road trip ahead. I already know the snack joint I'll be stopping in to like hit the road, you know. By the way, too, there's something about chocolate and coffee that I find in my body, like something about my mind takes both in as if it's the same substance. It satisfies some.
It really is a great pairing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great pairing.
About it, and it's actually, we'll probably be getting into that in a future podcast of pairing sweets of some sort.
We're definitely going to do that with Jen.
With coffee.
Yeah, we're gonna have some awesome, some baked goods to share with you and everything like that. Some good ideas on what to pair coffee with, as Pat said. And oh man, see what happens with me with my non-coffeed mind. I had a brain fog for about like 5 days first too. That was real. Oh, but the chocolate. Something about drinking coffee every day. I wouldn't have known it until I gave it up for a bit. It is satisfying some urge for chocolate in my daily life, because now without the coffee, every day I'm like, I need some dark chocolate. I need dark chocolate. I need to have it every day. Listen, am I a basic bitch? Maybe, you know, but the truth is like, there's just something that's been calling me since I stopped drinking coffee to have more and more chocolate. So I'm going to just go buy loads of chocolate for the hikes. It's kind of like, you wouldn't necessarily think about it as the right food for hiking miles and miles, but I think it's what my body is calling for right now. Just lots of dark chocolate.
Form of fuel. Yeah. There's a little bit of caffeine in chocolate as well.
You know what? Maybe that's been it. You're right. I completely forgot that. Yeah. Maybe
it's minimal, but it's a good month. If you eat enough of it, it'll give you a little surge.
Well, damn, I didn't want to go full cold turkey. I'd probably die. You know, you ever hear like, there are some people that have been smoking for so long, cigarettes, that they tell them not to stop smoking. I almost feel like that's me and coffee. Like, you better not just stop drinking coffee. You'll like, I'm probably functioning on this stuff still somehow. And it's been 8 days. So, all right. Well, what do you think? Is that a load of information helpful to the good people?
I feel like that was some good stuff.
Yeah,
That stuff we've been talking about this for a while now. I guess it was time to release it to the masses.
Well, like, you and me are the guinea pigs in the experimentation of anything coffee.
Right.
So I'm happy to do this work, this what would you call it? The front lines of the coffee battle. I'm testing out the grounds, another pun, for all of us. And feel free to ask if you have any questions about it. There are those of you who have such a great relationship I know of out there that you do the same thing every day with coffee. That's one of the beautiful things about it. It's such a great routine piece to keep you on track with your day. And you probably don't need to deviate one bit. I needed deviation because I was getting crazy. So, all right, folks, that's about it. One love, everybody. Pat, anything good to share before we sign off? What's in the barrel?
Basically, just the name change that will be coming along. I've been slowly touching up the website. It hasn't released yet. It won't until we do a formal reveal of the logo and all that. But we're slowly getting there.
Thanks everybody for seeing that. Probably first saw it on our Instagram. Good guys. You're looking at us. It's the good guys still doing all the goodest stuff we can. And this is literally, this belongs nowhere. I'm just going to put it on the podcast, this piece of information, right? I've been wondering whether or not the animals, the characters on our coffees, I've been wondering what their gender has been. And now I know they're all the good guys. So that just made it very easy.
It comes full circle.
Yeah, it was all part of the plan. We're drawing conclusions to our chapters. You're just in company with the good guys. That's how I see it all.
One last thing, this is something we've been putting off. We are still doing the subscription service. It just got put on hold because of everything going on. So still expect that. That'll come out shortly after we reveal the new stuff. So
thank you those for have been pushing for it. Pat and I, we like to respond to what people want, and it might just take us a month or two, but we hear you. Thank
believe
you.
We listen.
Feedback coming. Keep that coming. We appreciate it so much. I've heard so much good stuff lately about Seaside Sloth all of a sudden coming back around. Maybe it reminds people of summer. I'm happy
I think so, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm happy it's there for us when we need it. So, all right, everyone. Much love and coffee. We appreciate
Thanks for joining us again.
Pat, I'll see you tonight, man. Thanks for the ride
see you tonight.
He's that kind of friend, everyone. He's going to drive me to the airport at I don't know, 6 a.m. or something stupid. But hey, man, I'll do it for you when you go to Sedona or something. We always find a way. All right, man. Take care. I'll see you tonight.
We'll see you.
Bye, everybody.